Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome to all for today's social class. In previous class, we learned about lithosphere and different in that lesson. Different layers of the earth we learned, like crust, mantle, and the core, and rocks and different types of rocks also we learned. In today, we will see forces of the earth's crust. Forces of the earth's crust. Let us see page number 174 today. The earth has two important forces that change the face of the earth. They are internal forces and external forces. Listen, dear students, the earth has mainly two important types of forces. What are that? First one is internal forces and second one is external forces. Let us see now internal forces. These are the forces which originate inside the crust and influence the surface features of the earth. Example, volcanoes, earthquakes, etc. The internal forces are also called endogenic forces. Listen, dear students, the internal forces which originate inside the crust and influence the surface of the earth. Got it? Example, volcanoes, earthquakes. Where these are originates, these are originates in inside the earth. Okay, the internal forces are always originate or born inside the earth. Got it? So the internal forces also called as endogenic forces. Got it? Let us see now volcanoes. A volcano is a vent or narrow opening in a Earth's crust connected by a pipe to an underlying magma chamber through which magma rock fragments, lava, ash, steam, flames, and other gases are emitted from the interior of the Earth. What are the elements emitted from inside the Earth? Listen. Lava, ash, steam, flames, and other gases are emitted from the interior of the earth. Got it? A passage in the earth's crust through which magma and other volcanic materials are ejected is called vent. A funnel-shaped hollow at the top of the cone of a volcano is called crater. A large basin-shaped crater bounded by steep sides is known as caldera. A large basin-shaped crater bounded by steep sides is known as caldera. Observe the picture structure of the volcano. Observe carefully, you will be getting idea how volcanoes are originate. Okay. Now types of volcanoes. On the basis of the periodicity or frequency of eruption, volcanoes are classified into three types. The volcanoes are classified into how many types? Three types. Let us see now one by one. First one, active volcanoes. Volcanoes which constantly eject lava, gases, ashes, etc. are known as active volcanoes. Active volcanoes means what? Volcanoes which constantly means continuously, eject lava, gases, ashes, etc. are known as active volcanoes. Got it? There are about 600 active volcanoes in the world. There are how many active volcanoes exist in the world? There are 600 active volcanoes exist in the world. Example, Mount Stromboli and Mount Etna in Italy, and St. Helens in USA, Mauna Loa in Hawaiian Islands, Pinatubo in Philippines, etc. These are the active volcano regions in the world. Got it? Second one is dormant volcanoes. Dormant volcanoes are those which have erupted in the past and are likely to erupt again but remained inactive for fairly long periods. Got it? Once the dormant volcanoes are once active, later it will be inactive for a long period. This kind of volcanoes are called as dormant volcanoes. Example, Mount Vesuvius in Italy, and Mount Fujiyama in Japan, and Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, Mount Krakatoa in Indonesia. These are the dormant volcanoes. The dormant volcanoes are once active, then it will be inactive for a long periods. Got it? Third one is extinct volcanoes. Extinct volcanoes are those which were active in the remote geographical periods. These are not likely to be active once again. Example, Gorongoro in Tanzania, Arthur Seat in Scotland. These are the extinct volcanoes. Got it? Listen now. Volcanic materials. The materials ejecting out from the volcanoes are of three types. Like solid, volcanic bombs, cinders, scoria, pumice, just dust, ash. These are in solid type. Got it? Then liquid type is lava. Gases, sulfur, hydrogen, carbon dioxide. These are the gases ejected at the time of volcano. Got it? Next, distribution of volcanoes. Volcanoes occur in many regions of the world, including islands, young mountain ranges, and plateaus of the continents. Most important regions are the Circum-Pacific Belt or Pacific Ring of Fire, coastal regions of the Pacific Ocean consisting of Philippines, Japan, USA stands for United States of America, Central America, South America, etc. Second one is Mid-Atlantic Belt, Iceland, West Indies. Third one is Mid-Continental Belt, Italy, Spain, France, Greece, Turkey, etc. Fourth one is important islands, Hawaii and Indonesia. Got it? Let us see now earthquakes. Earthquake is a shock or series of shocks or tremors due to a sudden movement of crustal rocks generated within the crust or mantle. What do you mean by earthquakes? Earthquake is a shock or series of shocks or tremors due to a sudden movement of crustal rocks generated within the crust or mantle. Why the earthquakes are happen? Because the earthquakes are happen due to sudden movement of crustal rocks within the crust or mantle and the earth. Got it? The point of origin of the earthquake in the earth's crust is called seismic focus or hypocenter. Listen, dear students, the point of origin of the earthquake in the earth's crust is called seismic focus or hypocenter. Got it? Let us see now next page. The point on the earth's surface vertically above the seismic focus is called a epicenter. What do you mean by epicenter? The point on the earth's surface vertically above the seismic focus is called the epicenter. Got it? The scientific study of earthquakes is called seismology. Very, very important. This is what we call scientific study of earthquakes, seismology. What? The scientific study of earthquakes is called as seismology. Got it? The origin, time, velocity, and direction of seismic waves are recorded by an instrument known as seismograph. Got it? Let us see now causes of the earthquake. Causes means reasons. Plate tectonics. The Earth's crust consists of many major and minor plates. You know, right? The Earth has consist many major and minor plates. These plates are not stationary. The plate boundaries are dynamic places and are the primary location of earthquakes. Actively activity. Listen, the plate boundaries are dynamic places and are the primary location of earthquake activity. Got it? Circum-Pacific belt. See, observe the picture. Actions of the earthquake. In your right side, see the picture in page number 176. You'll be getting an idea. Okay. Yes. Volcanic eruption. Volcanic earthquakes are caused by gas explosions. Krakatoa volcano in Indonesia. Faulting. A fault consists of a fracture in a rock along with a great deal of displacement takes place. Earthquakes occur when movement of plates takes place along a line of fracture. San Andreas Fault of California in USA. Man-made factors. Over interaction of man with nature is also one of the main causes of the occurrence of many of the earthquakes. The extraction of minerals, deep underground mining, huge dams and reservoirs, nuclear tests, etc. Koyna Dam in Maharashtra, Howard Dam in USA. These are the man-made factors of causes of earthquake. These are man-made factors causes for earthquake. Got it? Let us see now earthquake waves. The earthquake or seismic waves originate in the seismic focus and travel towards the epicenter in ripples or concentric circles. The three important earthquake waves are primary waves, secondary waves and surface waves. The earthquake waves are classified into three types. Let us see one by one now. First one is primary waves. Primary waves are also known as longitudinal or compressional waves. These are the fastest earthquake waves and the first waves to reach the surface. They can pass through solid, liquid and gaseous matters. Listen dear students, primary waves also known as longitudinal waves or compressional waves. These are the first waves to reach surface of the earth. Got it? They can pass through solid, liquid and gaseous matters. Gaseous matters. Got it? Let us see next page. Secondary waves. Secondary waves are also known as transverse or distortional waves. The secondary waves also known as transverse or distortional waves. These waves cannot pass through liquids. They reach the epicenter after the primary waves. Listen dear students, the secondary waves reach the epicenter after the primary waves. Got it? After the reaching of primary waves, then the secondary waves will be reached. Okay. The third one is surface waves. Surface waves is also called long waves. They are the slowest earthquake waves but are responsible for a highest destruction on the surface of the earth. Listen dear students, the surface waves also known as long waves. They are very dangerous. The surface waves are responsible for the highest destruction on the surface of the earth. Got it? The earthquakes are very dangerous and destructive. They cause loss, killings, loss of property. Property means assets, landslides, flash floods, damage to bridges, roads, railway lines, etc. It is in a tsunami. Tsunami, in that word, T is a silent word. Got it? Tsunami is a lossy wave ocean occasionally experienced along the coast of Japan and in the other regions caused by an underwater earthquake. In Japanese language, tsunami means harbor waves. Listen, dear students, tsunami is a low sea wave. Tsunami is a large sea wave occasionally experienced along the coast of Japan and in other regions caused by an underwater earthquake. Got it? Why tsunami will happen? The tsunami is happened because of an underwater earthquake. Got it? In Japanese language, tsunami means what? Harbor waves. Tsunami means what in Japanese language? Harbor waves. Okay. Let us see now distribution of earthquake prone regions. The Circum-Pacific Belt regions around the Pacific Ocean, New Zealand, Philippines, Japan, USA stands for United States of America, Peru, etc. Second one is the Mediterranean Belt, regions around the Mediterranean Sea. Third one is the Himalayan Belt, the Siwalik region of India. Got it, dear students? Again, the distribution of earthquakes prone regions. Listen, first one is the Circum-Pacific Belt, second one is the Mediterranean Belt, third one is Himalayan Belt. Got it? This is very important. Okay, got it, dear students? I hope you clear today's lesson to you all. If you have any doubts, you can call at any time and clarify your doubts. Okay, the external forces you not have because government already reduced it. Okay, you not to read that topic. Okay, the lesson is completed today. Okay, now homework is you need to make any 5 own questions in today's homework. Got it? Okay, have a nice day. Thank you one and all. Thank you.